backs were hurt. They were playing 2 rookies. I could have thrown 3-4 touchdown passes against those guys.
Okay, but you didn't, and Ben Roethlisberger threw 5. He has 20 now for this season.
Well, I am 60 years old.
Okay. Thanks. And you're a man.
And you're a man.
60, and you're a man, Woody Page. Next, old school versus new school. We all know how the 72 Dolphins feel about their undefeated mark, their champagne campaign. Don Shula says if the Pats go undefeated this year, there should be an asterisk because of the whole spygate situation. What do you think of that, Bill Plaschke?
Oh, Don Shula doesn't like spygate. Well, guess what, Don? I don't like champagne-gate. I don't like the way for years you guys have been. I think it's poor sportsmanship to celebrate the defeat of another team to try to protect your record. I think it looks bad. It's unseemly. Plus, okay, you want asterisk, Mr. Shula? How about your team only played 14 games in a regular season? New England's going to play 16. Your team only beat 2 teams with a winning record. New England's going to be much better teams than that. No, Don Shula should just be quiet and watch the paper. I'm sorry. He shouldn't. Somebody's got to say it. I'll say it. Everybody's afraid to say it. Those Dolphins were a great team, but I'm tired of them lording it over the rest of the NFL, hoping somebody loses. Just enjoy some of the success for once in your life.
Woody Page, what do you make of that?
Well, I agree with a lot of what Plaschke has to say about the 14 games and the fact that they didn't play many winning teams. But here's the key to the asterisk. If this was the opening game of the season and they were taping, and we're talking about this year, we're not talking about what they've done in the past. I haven't defended New England, but it would have been taping in the first half. Those tapes were confiscated. They didn't count. They didn't do anything to help them against the Jets. They won that game, I think, legitimately. They beat Indianapolis in Indianapolis. There is no asterisk. This is not Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame. They're not going to send the football to Canton with an asterisk on the side of it. If they go through the season undefeated, they have surpassed what the Dolphins accomplished in the regular season in 72. The teams are a lot tougher. There was no Indianapolis Colts then that the Dolphins were playing. This is more meaningful if they do it.
Kalishaw.
Well, Woody hit on the key point because they were caught in the season opener this year. So if any of this taping signals has ever helped them, it's in 2006, 2005, whatever they were doing then. I still don't know how it ever helped them win a game, how they could use the signals and get something in and get a play in because of that. I'm still not convinced that could really happen. But whatever it is, it didn't help them this year. Bill's right. They're playing a much tougher schedule than the Dolphins had to face 35 years ago. It's a much more competitive league. That we can tell that because nobody's gone undefeated in 35 years. So if they go 16-0, more power to them. They deserve all the props.
The Patriots were caught in the act of cheating this year, and the fact of the matter is Belichick was fined heavily by the league. The franchise was reprimanded by the league, and I agree with Don Shula. It happened within the framework of a possible 16-0 season. And if we're all on this panel, Plaschke included, going to talk about Barry Bonds and other baseball sluggers with an asterisk, well, why not? We're not even absolutely certain about Barry Bonds knowingly using steroids, and yet we know these guys were caught red-handed game 1 of the 2007 season, and we're just going to ignore it? Seems like we got a double standard going, guys. If we're going to apply it to baseball sluggers, we have to apply it to the Patriots, and yes,
he makes an interesting argument, Plaschke. What do you say?
No, there is no double standard. With Barry Bonds, we're all assuming, we're watching what he does and saying, you know, the cheating's helped him hit home runs. With the Patriots, we're watching what they do and saying, you know, the cheating hadn't helped them do anything. It's totally unaffected them. They're a great team regardless. How you can't say it about Bonds and not say it about New England. It's the same subjective argument.
Okay.
This is the biggest fine in NFL history.
That may have been your lamest argument ever. How do we know that the Dolphins in 72 didn't cheat? They might have been stealing signals then using a reel-to-reel tape recorder. We don't know that. So you can't put an asterisk on this one.
That's idiotic because these guys got caught red-handed. The Dolphins haven't done anything. Show me the evidence.
Kalishaw.
Patriots were caught, Jay's right, but it only applies to the past. It couldn't have helped them for a single game this year.
Okay, here's what I took from that conversation. Everybody's screaming, how do we know? How do we not know? How do we not know that we don't know? I mean, you lost me all completely on that. It doesn't really matter. If the Patriots were to play the Dolphins right now, who would win that game? The 72 Dolphins.
Plaschke wouldn't even be close.
New England would be 45-0.
Okay, Woody?
76. They put up 76 points on
Kalishaw?
35-10.
Mariotti?
Everybody's bigger, stronger, faster, to quote Kanye West today. The advances in
Kanye West?
I'm not getting a Mariotti quote from Kanye West.
Yeah, we don't need that.
With that, we need to take a break.
That's horrific.
Buy ourselves next.